C-SERMS was always a framework. So in a sense, while it is that the name says roadmap and strategy, and the term roadmap and strategy signals that there's a detailed plan that is laid out from end to end. The C-SERMS, recognizing some of the diversities in the region, had not been the kind of detailed roadmap which many would have been used to. It has been more of a framework in a sense. What we have been able to do, though, through a lot of the orientations and guidance provided by the C-SERMS, is to understand what are the main elements that countries should be looking toward in respect of building out their sustainable energy sectors. And we have begun to drill down further at regional level to understand what those would look like in terms of sub-strategies and national level actions that countries could participate in to actually get results that could feed back up into the targets that we have established at the regional level from the C-SERMS. Because one of the things that the C-SERMS had done successfully was to establish targets that were regional, aggregated targets that countries had agreed to, that we would pursue together for regional power integration into the electricity systems. We have had mixed successes in terms of the degree to which those targets have been achieved. Yes, there were ambitious targets. We had said we wanted 20% renewable power integrated into the region overall by 2017. By the time when we did the analysis in 2018, we were more at about 11-12%. And so while some would say that we didn't meet the target for generation, we have been able to meet a lot of the softer targets in terms of the policy and regulatory changes that are necessary for the targets themselves to be met. So we have been able to do a lot of the groundwork that would have been necessary for the targets themselves to be met. The key issue, though, is that a lot of the financing that was required for us to meet those targets didn't happen in time. There were projects that were pulled from the table. There were issues that emerged with geothermal development in the Eastern Caribbean. So there were shifting dynamics. There were hurricanes that would have delayed some of the projects that we had intended to develop. There were hurricanes that took away some of the capital that utilities had intended to use to invest in generation that they know what to spend on transmission and distribution upgrades. So all in all, we recognize that we continue to work in an environment with dynamic changes and dynamic challenges. And it's really a matter of how it is that we can build the right kind of flexibility into our programs and our systems that allows us to be sufficiently able to adapt.